Should you add red light therapy to your daily health routine? I've been testing this photon mask for the last 2 weeks to see if it can improve my skin and acne scars. And today I would like to share with you a little bit more how does it actually work, what I've noticed so far, and whether it's worth adding to your routine or is it just another wellness hype. Now, I know that you've probably heard thousands of people talk about benefits of red light therapy that's good for your skin, hair growth, boost collagen, helps with inflammation, sleep. Basically, think about any health problem and red light therapy will solve it. Obviously, that sounds like another wellness trend or too good to be true. So let's take a look how does it actually works and if those claims make sense. So how does it work? Do you remember the biology class when you learned about the photosynthesis and how plants use sunlight to make their own food and grow? Obviously, we humans don't use sunlight to make food, but our cells do respond to specific wavelengths of the light. Red light therapy, for example, stimulates your mitochondria. If it's the first time you hear the word mitochondria, think about them as the energy center inside every cell in your body. Your body is made up of trillions of cells, and if you want to have a healthy body, feel well, look well, then healthy mitochondria is literally like the foundation. So, in other words, better mitochondria function, better health, including your skin. And a lot of skin conditions, including like acne that I've been struggling for years, or even aging, are usually driven by excess inflammation. And if you have a healthy mitochondria, your body simply deals better with that inflammation, which means healthier, better skin and slower aging as well. So all the claims you hear about the red light therapy actually make sense, and that's pretty much why red light therapy can have so many different benefits, because it helps you improve that foundation. But red light is not the only type of the light with the beneficial effect. This photon mask also uses 5 other lights: blue, green, yellow and infrared light as well, each with slightly different effects depending on the wavelength. So what really matters in terms of those benefits is the wavelength. Red and infrared light usually is good for healing, inflammation, scar repair and boosting collagen production. Then blue light specifically for acne, but it works best if you combine that with red and infrared light. Then also yellow, it's great for like calming and redness, improving the redness of the skin. And then the green light, that helps mostly with like the brightening of your skin. What is interesting, that photon mask and red light devices became popular just recently, but actually the phototherapy goes back to late 1800s when a Danish doctor, Niels Ryberg Vincent, started using light to treat infection. Then he also won one of the first Nobel Prizes for his contribution in treating chronic skin condition. And then also NASA started to use red light, as it was shown to improve wound healing by even 40%. So the light therapy has been around for quite long, but now it's simply becoming just more accessible to everyone. And there is also quite a lot of research backing those claims for skin, for aging and for improving the inflammation and mitochondria function. I put some examples here, but honestly it's much more. So next, what I noticed so far. To be honest, if I haven't been using the infrared sauna for years now, I would be still a bit skeptical in terms of how just light can actually heal, have those anti-inflammatory effects and all the benefits. But because I actually experienced a better muscle recovery from the workouts and a smoother skin after a 30-minute session in infrared sauna, I was really curious to see if I can get similar effect by using the mask at home just for 10 minutes a couple times a week. For that particular mask, you have 4 modes that you can choose from that remote. You just need to turn it on and then choose the mode, which is like remove acne, anti-aging, restoring, brightening, and yeah, that's it. I've been using this photon mask for only like 2 weeks, not even like the whole 2 weeks, which is not enough to see a dramatic results because most studies and protocols recommend 8-12 weeks to see a proper improvement. But what was interesting, even after using this photon mask for 10 minutes, I could feel the same calming, firming effect in my skin as I experienced after going to infrared sauna. And the photon mask is using combination of infrared and red light or blue light or a different type of the light depending which mode you choose and what is your goal. I'm not sure if you can see here on this picture, but my scar seems to be a little bit smaller. Again, as I said, it's been just a couple of times I used the mask, so I will update you probably in a couple of weeks where I can see the full effect. So now that brings me to the last question. Should you consider that photon mask as a part of your routine? So let's take a look at pros and cons. From pros, first of all, super convenient because all you need is really 10 minutes a day and you can wear the mask at home while watching TV or doing something else. And then it's also made from like very flexible material, so you can adjust it with the strap in a way that it covers your skin. Well, I mean, it looks a bit scary, but it's very comfy to use. For that particular mask as well, you have 5 different modes, as I mentioned earlier, so you can choose one depending on your goals. It's also one-off investment, so you don't have to pay on regular basis for beauty treatment or other skincare products. Of course, you can as an extra, but with the mask you just pay once. And with the Black Friday deals, you can get this mask at the lowest price it's ever been, and I will also put my discount code in the description. And the last one, something I care quite a lot, the potential side effect. So it's considered very safe. LED lights used in the photon mask don't emit UV light, and minimal EMF exposure. That's something I care quite a lot as well. Of course, if you overuse it, it can cause some irritation, skin irritation, redness, but not really likely with the home devices. And if you are using for those 10 minutes a day as recommended, it's not really likely to happen. So then from the cons, and the first one, it primarily targets your skin on the face. So if you would like to have more systemic effect on your whole body, you would need to consider the red light panel, for example. But if the skin on your face is the primary area you want to target, then the photon mask is really great. And then the second one, it's not really a con, but it requires consistent use, at least those 10 minutes a day or at least a couple of times per week for those 8-12 weeks to see like the proper benefits. Then also after you stop using the mask, the effect of the smoother skin and better look may decrease over time. But again, here it will depend on each person. How is your diet? How is your lifestyle? Stress, sleep, so many factors. Some research papers show that the effect lasts up to 1 month, but as I said, it really will depend on each person. For example, I notice when I do everything right and I add photon mask as an extra boost to my health, then I can see better benefit comparing to when I don't sleep well. I, for example, ate late, and then the mask, I mean, it still works, but you will not see such a, I would say, clear, visible improvement because basically then the mask is just making up for the damage of the bad habits. So if you want to see improvement, you have to have a good baseline and then add the mask as a supporting device. Overall, I'm saying yes to red light therapy and that particular photon mask. I think it can be a great addition to boost your health, boost your health goals, as long as you take care of also other aspects.